much. Let me start the YouTube stream. You don't know what he does, don't assume. That's true. Maybe he's doing a bunch of NDA stuff. I don't know. Hold on, I gotta check. Are we live on YouTube? Yes. All is good. You need to pay more attention. I thought feeding the furnace was just part of maintaining the train. Well, so right now the current thing is that the train goes on a route, and then there's you have to maintain the train while that route is in action. The future system will be, there's a quota of how much fuel you need to put into the furnace. So basically just get as many items as you can and throw it into the furnace. And then each time something breaks on the train, it increases the quota. So you have to like repair those parts of the train or add more shit to the furnace, basically. That'll be what we change up here. But one of the ideas in my head is if that doesn't work out too well from a game design standpoint and doesn't seem very fun, we could remove the quota altogether and just make it so you have to repair the train. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know yet. It's just on a basis of we just need to try it out with other players. Try it out with other players and see if it's good. So, bind event to entered station. Bind event to new route started. It was so easy. What's the motive to do that? Why are we fixing the train? Well, I don't know, to keep the train running so then we can reach our stations and then finish our shift. Finish the employee shift. What if you start with a short train and carts get added to it as you go from station to station? There probably will be parts where the carts increase. I don't know, but the thing is that it randomizes. Every time you go to a new station, the train completely randomizes except for the front of the train. How is it when we restart the level, which is essentially just restarting the whole match? Why doesn't it... Okay, hold on. Let's try this. We're going to toggle a breakpoint there. I'm going to toggle the breakpoint. I'm going to hit start. And then I'm going to pull a Game of Thrones. Okay, now, does it breakpoint again when we reload the level? Yes. But then the button still doesn't work. What do you mean the button still doesn't work? What do you mean the button still doesn't work? Call entered station. Entered station. Set button state. Guys, something weird is going on. You're an employee of the train. Yeah. Basically, all of the players are just employees on the train. Thanks for streaming. It inspires me to work on my own projects. Hell yeah. Boot it up. Get it going. I know I don't work very quick, but I try to get things done nonetheless. You know what I mean? The best you can do is at least do one thing every day, you know? Where could the problem begin? So the game state refreshes, which is good. Okay, how about this? Let's put a delay on the... Hey, what if we put a delay on entered station? Okay. Delay! Which character was it in Game of Thrones that just opened the window and then nonchalantly went... Took a dip into the airspace. Oh, see, now it works. Hey, would you look at that? The magical 1 second delay makes the whole thing work. That guy with that hand? No, I don't think it's him. I think it was the... No, it wasn't Cersei. It was... Is this spoilers? What? It is spoilers, technically. It was the king. It was one of the kings. The young king after the church blows up? Oh, is that directly after the church blows up? Damn. This game is too communist. Every player is a worker. Now you have a king somewhere outside. No, actually, this is a very capitalist game, motherfucker. Okay, don't get it twisted. There are no commies in this game. Just capitalists. Is the button fixed? Yes. What's the difference? One might ask. I don't know. I don't know anything about politics. All right, we fixed the critical bug. We'll put it in needs testing. Now. Are AI still spawning in space and being teleported? Yep. It works now, though. It works. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah, that's why he does that, is because his wife, or I guess the queen, damn, that scene, just thinking about that whole segment, the music, the setup, everything, that crazy moment in that show. Absolutely crazy moment in that show. Is the king an enemy or no? Our employer does not ever show themselves. Meanwhile, season 8. Yeah. Yeah, season 8. Winter is coming. Winter ends in one episode. Winter is coming. It ends in one episode. Damn. Morning, Krim. How are you today? I'm okay. I'm okay. I would have rather had Winter just kill everyone. I don't know. The thing is, isn't Game of Thrones technically still ongoing? Like the books, like it's still not finished. Isn't that the problem? It's like still ongoing. Like the books aren't even done. There's no ending to the books right now. I think the problem is when you have something that popular, making a good ending that's satisfying or whatever is like impossible. That's why The Sopranos did what they did. That's why The Sopranos was like, you know what? Ding! Ends the show. Breaking Bad does a great job. Breaking Bad was good. Yeah, had a pretty good ending to it. It was inevitable. There's a lot of spoilers going on right now on the stream. Okay. What is next on the chopping block for doing testing? Most of it is still the monsters. We have to tie the maintenance. Well, okay, I don't want to tie the maintenance system to the train yet because that's going to be the quota rework, and the quota rework is quite important. I will. Yeah. Spoiler warning: every TV show ever. Yeah, we basically went through Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, maybe. No, we didn't really spoil Breaking Bad. Sopranos, maybe. What are we working on today? Very good question. I was thinking of maybe working on some of the art for the first station. The reason why I was thinking that is because I would like to put the station as one of the screenshots on the Steam page. That being said, do we make the Steam page public before having a trailer? Or do we only make the Steam page public once we have a trailer? What do you guys think? Right? Because one of the screenshots we have in here is from the station. And I was thinking it'd be a cool idea to have this actually like maybe a little bit of the art filled out in here. I don't know how I would make this look. I was thinking kind of like a source engine kind of vibe. Maybe we get some trim sheets in here, some hotspot texturing. Didn't know. But then the question is, do we want to make the Steam page public before having a trailer? I don't know. The quality difference on some carts is crazy. Well, some of them are just like straight up not finished. Like these are just block out crates. We're gonna give them actual like models. This is like unfinished. There's nothing in here yet. Then we got the library, which I still wouldn't say is 100% complete either. Carpet needs a model. I feel like this wood texture I'm not 100% fucking with. First impression is the last impression. Trailer first. Yeah, I'm thinking a trailer would be a good idea. We had our page public without any trailer and I already got some wishes just for some images session info about the game, and not much, but still. Yeah, but the thing is, once you put your page public, Steam starts pushing it to players that don't even know anything about your game, and I feel like, yeah, the first impression is pretty important. Yeah, I think we wait until we have a trailer. And by then we'll have more elements in here. That being said, we are getting close to a trailer. What would be, let's make a list of like the things that we would need for a trailer. So we got the playable proof of concept at the very least. I don't know if it's worth doing a trailer if you're going to eventually redo the trailer. I wouldn't say we're going to redo a trailer. It's just more so we need a trailer with like good stuff, right? That it needs to show off the game. What the point of the game is and whatnot. Um, okay. We got the POC down to some extent. Let's now maybe get a section for trailer requirements. Required for a first initial trailer. Okay. If screenshots and decryption are really good, it could also give a good impression. It could. Definitely Hellcat. So which is why I was kind of thinking, like, a lot of players don't really look at a trailer, so it could be sufficient to just have really good screenshots from the studio that brought Suit for Hire. No, I'm not going to say that. How you would do a full trailer right now? Well, obviously right now I wouldn't be able to, but I mean working towards making a trailer. Okay. Initials trailer and setting Steam page to public. So first off, proper screenshots. No blockout art. First station. Needs screenshots with other players. Screenshot with 1 to 2 monsters. So we need to be able to see properly filled with art. So no blockout art. So the first station, we need some art here. And I would like to show off the station because I think that adds a bit of environmental variety. Everything right now is on the train, obviously. So having that little bit of environmental variety, I think, is good. Maybe some better HUD visuals. Get some streamer assholes that fake laugh for a trailer pretending they're having fun. Well, okay, listen. We would hope that we can get streamers to play the game without them pretending to have fun, but actually genuinely having fun. Am I going to add posters to the game? Yes. I don't know when, though, but we will, yes. Better HUD visuals, proper screenshots. Screenshots with other players, it's going to be a big one. When we do screenshots with other players, we probably want to have a minimal amount of character expression. And by that I mean maybe being able to customize the color of your character, bare minimum. Being able to customize the color of your character might be something we'd want to do. Okay, so we need that. Basic character customization. Changing color. At the very least, hats. Hats in the game. Yeah, maybe we could put a couple things. Proper screenshots, no blockout art. Screenshots with other players. I think we need to put this in here for the screenshots. Having some basic character customization would be really good. I think we need to change up the capsule art. The capsule art, I think, should have multiple players in the shot. Yeah. We only currently have one character. I think we can have multiple in here. So proper screenshots, no blockout art, screenshots with other players, basic character customization. One screenshot with the air horn just shows an empty wagon. Yeah, these are all placeholder screenshots. I think most, if not all of them, are probably going to get adjustments. They were just there to make it so we can get the page approved by Valve or Steam. This shot is okay, but that's floating. Maybe we could add some more details on that door, and ideally we'd have other players. And also, we don't have any of the front panel art at the front there, so this shot doesn't look bad. I think I like the monster shot. I think we just need proper art in here. Floor details. I also think we should have the system where like your screen starts like a vignette, maybe like a little zoom in on the monster and stuff, like some little effects to make it a little bit more, you know, horror centric when you see like a monster running at you. I think is something I'd like to do. So we need some sort of like fear factor type of thing. We could do that in post, but it'd be good to do that in the actual like game. So when we have it for the trailer, then it shows in the trailer. Vignette when seeing a monster, slight zoom, etc. We need a whole bunch of ambience. Now, that we could obviously do in post as well. And ideally, I guess we'd want to do that in post for the trailer. Is the ambience with an A? No, it's with an E. It's with a A? Nah, who cares? Yeah, Barry, are we working on the Steam page today? No, these are just like general goals to work towards, similar to how we have these goals for the proof of concept. We need goals, secondary goals for the trailer as well. Ambience audio including horror music. Right, we need completed train cars. So ideally we don't show any empty ones like this. I like showing a monitoring screen like this, but what we should have is icons. Like the icons that show the type of task. So if there's like a rat infestation, maybe we have like an icon of a little rat. If there's a fire, we show fire icon. Stuff like that I think would be great. Which, by the way, we need to start spawning fire events. We literally have no fires spawning in the game. So ideally it'd be cool to start getting that going. Steam page requirements. Like we could take the risk. and just have screenshots. We could take the risk and just have screenshots. Could be a risk. Maybe not. Like, what is missing in this shot? Obviously the front panel stuff. I like the idea of carrying something. Like having a screenshot where we're carrying stuff, I think would be cool. I think in this shot, another player would be good. Another player somewhere. We got to put a thing here for the garage opening. Seeing the furnace with something inside melting would be peak. A player putting it there. Yeah, that could be good. We need the proper quota system too. That could probably be pretty important. God, I hate looking at this because there's no holes in it. I want to fix that right now. I know that's really minute, but like looking at it and seeing that like really flat metallic panel is really annoying me. I'm getting really mad. I know, useless detail. Hey, Moon, how's it going? Really? It didn't properly clamp it? I love when that happens. Are you guys still arguing about if it's ambience or ambience? This looks like the UK flag for some reason. Why am I seeing that? Anybody else see that? Am I going crazy? I'm going insane. Guess if you squint and tilt your head a little. Listen, you gotta listen. It looks exactly like it. Oh, great. What in the world is that? Oh, great. It didn't bevel the bottom. But it's angled, and I can't mirror it unless it's local rotation. What the hell? Where did it go? Oh. All right, undo what we just did. Ridiculous. Wait, why did the cut do that? Didn't I do a cut through? How is the cut through? Why does it look like... Guys, I think I'm going insane. I think I might be going insane. Oh, because we did the G move, and maybe that caused it to go. Oh, right. Caused that to mess up. Yesterday broke Crim. Dude, yesterday was a horrible development day. Yesterday was not fun. Yesterday was just a bad development day. Everything didn't work. Today we're doing, you know what? Today we're doing Blender Day. Today is Blender Day. Nothing goes wrong during Blender Day. It's just us blending. We just be blending, you know. We blending our shit. I be blending. I just be blending. I actually don't know why we marked the edges as sharp when it has weighted normals and bevels. I'm a little bit confused about that. There's a bit of a weird smoothing going on here, but I don't really know why it's sharpened. That doesn't really make any sense why it's sharpened. These inside sections we'd probably... actually, it's being beveled. Eh, whatever. I do think this door needs a little something, though. I feel like the door needs a little something. There we go. How you doing, Moon? Howdy do. Hold on, I haven't been looking at YouTube chat. Minoy, how's it going? How did you initially garner interest for Suit for Hire to start raking wish lists? What's your plan for this game? Just like posting about it and sending out keys? Suit for Hire, I didn't do a crazy amount for the, I did not do a crazy amount. For wish lists at all. Like I think on early access release we only had like 2,000 wish lists or something. We did some like trailers and stuff like that. We really didn't do a crazy amount. So during early access, I think we had like 20 or 30,000 wish lists when 1.0 release happened, and then we had like 188,000 now after release and everything. I didn't really do anything special necessarily. I just posted some TikToks about like some cool clips and stuff, and then it gained interest, and then, you know, people started checking it out and stuff. We didn't really do a crazy amount of stuff. For this game, I'm gonna my goal is to not post it too early. I don't want to post this one too early. I want to have the Steam page proper without like blockout art or anything like that. Suit for Hire, when we put up the Steam page, was like super early. So I think for this one, I don't want to have it up too early because I feel like that would it just doesn't look right. Okay, that already looks a little better, but still not great. I think we have to like put something in the middle here just to break it up. Something to break it up. Because right now it's kind of... I think the inside material needs to be broken up. Or it needs like something on the inside. Electric panel door. The thing is, they're not fully metal. Well, they are metal, but they're painted metal. Oh, they got like papers on them that show they're like things. Yeah, we could maybe do a little something like that on this one. Like a nice little detail that could break things up. I put mine up way too early, I think. I do think there is a point where, yeah, you can put up a Steam page too early, which will have more of a negative impact than a positive impact on your game's performance on Steam. I do think there is a bit of a too early. There is a point of too early, I think. TikTok looks insane for marketing, especially for this type of game. This game it would probably do quite well on TikTok. I think. For Street Fighter, it did really well. We posted like a couple clips that like really popped off, like especially the one where we're like jumping off a rooftop and then going guns blazing. That one did really, really well. That one did really well. I don't like how smooth the bevel is for this. It has a really smooth bevel. Yeah, Krim, do the math. How do you round to the closest 100? I think it is literally just, I think it is just a case of 100. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this, then you round it. It'll bring to the 53, and then you times that times 100, and then that would be 5,300. That's all I can think about in terms of closest 100. I ain't no math professional, but I believe that's the only way I could think of. Yeah, TikTok I think is good for marketing. To what extent? I don't know. It helped a little bit, I think. YouTube Shorts helped a bit. The nice thing is when you do some marketing stuff like YouTube Shorts or TikTok, it's like you can kind of post that in a bunch of places. So it doesn't really feel like a waste because that time is going into multiple platforms, which I think is pretty good. So I feel like that's nice, and then you can post things on Twitter as well, and whatever the fuck, and blah blah blah. I do think we're at an age now, though. We're at a weird point with... I don't know if I like this kind of like hinge piece. I'm not sure if I'm fucking with it. But whatever. I guess it looks a little goofy. Wait, what if we... We are at an age now, though, I think, in marketing. It's a bit of a weird one. Here's my weird take. I think you can do quite a bit of marketing by just contacting people to post about your game. Like, there are a bunch of channels now on, like, Twitter and stuff that, like, do reposting of things. You got Indie Game Joe and whatever. To the point where I think, I feel like you don't even need to necessarily post about your game. You get someone else to post about it. It's a bit of a weird space. Just make a fun game. People want to make... Yeah, obviously make a good game at the end of the day, but you still got to do marketing to some extent, or sharing your game. I don't know. I actually kind of hate the bevels on these pieces. I kind of wish they did not bevel. But this is set to like an automatic angle. Whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. Sure, that'll add a little bit of something different. Wish lists are pointless if they don't result in a sale. Well, you still want wish lists. The idea is wish lists when your game isn't released is a good indicator of how well your, you know, how well your game is spreading, I guess, or how well known it is in its current state. It is a good way of seeing fluctuations in like how well your marketing is reaching the players you want it to reach. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if it doesn't result in a sale, but it's still good to have that, right? It's a good indicator of how well your marketing is doing. However, I don't think having a high amount of wish lists or having a low amount of wish lists indicates failure or success on release. Just means that you got to do either a much larger job of marketing when the game releases, or maybe you don't need to do that much of a job, and hopefully the game explains itself once it releases and whatnot, right? Wishlists help the algorithm? I don't think wishlists have any impact on the algorithm. Like I said yesterday, I think we were talking about yesterday, at the end of the day, the only thing Steam cares about is revenue. How much revenue is your game bringing in? Oh, it's bringing in more revenue? Okay, let's push the game a little bit more to other people. That's literally how a lot of Steam works, and I think they even talk about it in some of their talks. They're like, they did a video a while back kind of explaining some of the algorithm stuff, like how Steam works. It is basically just revenue-based. It basically just works off of revenue. Uh, 2.6. Release game and then pray? No. At the end of the day, the only thing, the best you could do as a game developer is circumvent risk, right? Because there's already so much risk involved with working on a game for years and years and whatnot. Your best goal is to just as actively as you can, as proactively as you can, reduce risk. Right? Reduce risk of your game not doing well or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that involves sharing your game, playtesting your game, determining that your game is going in the right direction, targeting the right types of people that actually are interested in your game. Does it mean that a game that's a pricier game with the same number of sales performed better? Yeah, I think it is not based off of unit sales, but revenue. So if a game costs more but has less units sold, I think it still can be impactful to some extent. Obviously, I think it just comes down to the total revenue that it brings in. It makes sense. Wish lists mean nothing, especially when you have the fucking day before that somehow got number 1 or number 2, which I'm pretty sure was botted. Pretty certain that shit was botted. Like, I understand there was a shit ton of hype for it, but it was almost like not normal, the fact that it was number 1 or number 2 most wishlisted game. So, like, sure, you could be like, well, you end up in the wishlist page. Let's be real. How many people are looking at that? The only people that look at that page are just to be like, wow, look, it's this game that's on number 1 or number 2. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, nobody actually cares. I don't think that has that much of an impact. In my opinion. What are we doing today? Little visual stuff, I guess. Yesterday was a slog of a day. Yesterday was a slog of a day. Yeah, I don't think gamers look at that page. It's like just Twitter guys looking at the page and being like, hey guys, look, this game is number 3 on the wishlist page. Like, nobody, I feel like nobody really cares. The pages that people look at are like top sellers. They look at the front page, right? And the front page is, you know, the front page is top sellers, popular upcoming, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Mouse PI for hire overwhelmingly positive. Holy moly. Holy moly. Everything on my front Steam page I hate? Well, that's just because you hate gaming. You just haven't come to terms with that yet. Just like a lot of gamers that are saying gaming is dead. But in reality, gaming is not dead. It's just that their love for it is dead. Because they grew up. Growth comes for us all. We will all have gray hairs in the end. Grog day is the correct terminology. Yesterday was a grog day. Yesterday was indeed a very grog day. Very grog. I wonder if on begin play we should have some shit broken on the train already. Yeah, yesterday was a horrible day. We literally spent 3 hours staring at nothing. I feel like, you know what we need to do? You know what we need? We've had a lot of rotary doors. We've had doors that you slide open like this. What about, hear me out, the things that you slide out. You guys know what I'm talking about? What the hell? Wait, there's a word for that. Not a cabinet. It's a drawer. We need drawers. Yes, dude. We need drawers. Yes. I'm thinking in the apartment we could have a bunch of drawers. There be the werewolf. Wait, where's employee 233? Uh-oh. He's right there. See, I think sound design is going to be a huge part of the horror. Like, employee 233 is kind of creepy looking, but I feel like some sound design, some, you know, like zombie-like sounds and whatnot, it's gonna be a big sell, I think. Look at him go. And maybe instead of him attacking us, maybe he like grabs onto us and then he's like so he like forcefully makes you look at him. He's like Walter White. Look at me. Actually, that's not Walter White. Is that Batman? Who says look at me? I'm pretty sure that's Batman. That thing is already scary? Is this just the problem with horror developers where like nothing they find that they make is scary looking? Like I really don't think it's scary. I tried to grab the rat. I was like, rat, fight him. Hey. Can he attack us through the door? I think he can. Whee! 5 push-ups. Jeez, man. Jeez Louise, man. All right. Yeah, we have the when you reach the let's just make sure that that's still working actually. When you reach the next station or the first station, it becomes dark right after. So the nighttime definitely helps with making it look creepier. But I think we still have a lot of things to still make it creepy that's like needed. Do we have the monster spawning? Yes, we do. I see the capsule moving over there. I also think a monster that forcefully shuts down electronics in the nearby vicinity would be very cool. Oh, I was looking at some marketplace assets for some monsters, and there was some really cool ones that I thought would be great for some monsters, completely unrelated to the ones that we need to make right now. Oh, there's no shadows under here. Ooh, that's not very good. Yeah, we gotta change this light, make it shadow casting. We will have weather, for sure. We'll have weather and all that stuff. It would seem that the werewolf and the employee are having a meeting in the office. Very fitting place to have a meeting. Actually, they're kind of stuck inside of each other. Oh, never mind, they're good now. I really think some tense music, like tension, like a little violin and stuff is going to add quite a bit. We just don't have any of that yet. But yeah, it being dark outside definitely helps. Having moonlight. Having different moon states I think will be very cool too. Right now it's full moon. Yeah, so wait, hold on. Let me show you guys what I was looking at in terms of some assets I was looking at. We had the werewolf, but I found another werewolf asset that I think is also pretty good. There was this one I was looking at, but there was another werewolf I saw yesterday that I thought looked pretty good. Oh, the bubble space system? There's a whole GDC talk about this sound system. There's a GDC talk about it, and it's very, very cool. The sound stuff they've done. The Division has some really good sound stuff, even the first one. But yeah, this I think it doesn't look that scary. I saw another werewolf asset yesterday. Which one was it? I saw another one yesterday. The problem is, God, which one was it? Maybe I should have saved that. Maybe I should have saved that. Whoopsies. The problem is it has a lot of hair, which I don't know if I want to deal with hair because that might not look very good with anti-aliasing. The horror is going to be the anti-aliasing going fucking crazy. Let's see if I can find the one that I was looking at. Oh, I think this is it. Yes. This one I feel like looks a lot creepier, but the animations aren't as good. And they're also really they have hair or fur, I guess in this case. And that just seems like an absolute hell to deal with in this project. But I guess you can't really avoid that when you're working on a werewolf who are, you know, inherently furry. They have fur. So that's problematic. This one looked pretty creepy though. Like the first one here. Versus the stylized one. The stylized one I think has better animations though. And we could obviously remove the normal map and then kind of make it a little bit more fucky looking, you know? That would match the art style a little bit more, but I don't know to what extent we can do that. But yeah. What's the difference between brutal animation preview and animation preview? The animations for this looked really funny though. They don't look good, but I actually think that makes it perfect because like some of the walking animations and stuff looks so funny. Hold on, I gotta find the running animation. I thought that shit was hilarious. Let me see if I can find it. It's when he's unarmed. There's like an animation that looks really funny. Was it right here? I gotta find it. I can't find it, dude. There was a really funny running animation that I thought looked great. Like, it could work. It could work, but yeah, I don't know. The $6 one, I think I like the animations a bit more from this one. Maybe a little bit more. Can you imagine this running at you? Hurt. Anyways, I looked at that, and then I found this guy, the Gloom Watcher. Dude, look at that. Can you imagine this motherfucker just like on the rooftop staring at you? And then like maybe it's like maybe it like makes you hallucinate or something because it's like the eyeballs. Makes you hallucinate or something. He's like a mini Cthulhu. I could see this one being really creepy in the game. Look at his run, dude. Oh, is look at that. Look at that. Oh, dude. I was like, yes, dude, this is the vibe, right? Look at this fucking run, dude. Oh shit, man. Look how goofy it is. Oh shit. Gonna have to put a trypophobia warning for this, brother. It's a horror game, man. But I think this is like this. I was looking at this and I was like, I'll make a monster for this. We'll put that on the. We'll put this on the board. I was like looking through and seeing all these funny ones, and then this one, the Moon Lurker. The Moon Lurker. Look at the Moon Lurker. I was thinking he uses the blade to send you into a completely different dimension. Now this is a trypophobia warning, 100%. Because it looks disgusting. Even for me, it looks disgusting. But this could be cool. The only problem is, obviously, right now, none of these monsters necessarily connect to any of the actual monsters we need to do, except for, I guess, the werewolf. But I do think this could be great. Maybe he can. Like, I thought this screenshot was great. I was like, oh shit, dude. Maybe he can use the void and comes out of shadows from the ceiling, and then he can swipe at you from the ceiling. Send you to the void. Yeah. So I was looking at that, and then I saw this little guy, mushroom guy, and I was thinking this could be a funny little guy that just runs at you and then just fucking pukes out acid and then just runs away. Completely different from all of our current monsters. Yeah, no, they are. The splitter, I think I saw a monster that I feel like would fit the bill for the splitter. It was this tall looking motherfucker that I thought looked pretty cool. Let's see, monsters. Let's see. The real monster is navigating this horrendous UI and looking through a bunch of slop. I did see something that looked pretty creepy. Oh, dude, this werewolf also looks pretty good. Ooh. Yeah, this one looks pretty good, too. This is from the same creator as another thing, because I recognize the thumbnail. Oh shit. I don't think it comes with animations. I have a feeling it does not come with animations, which is... Oh, it comes with 6 animations. But they don't show the animations. That werewolf was free at some point, I think? Well, I don't have it. We would have to down-res everything, though. Everything would have to be down-resed. Let's just add it to the cart. Oh yeah, select the license. There was another creepy looking guy though that could work quite well for the splitter. Like a tall, lanky monster. Let me see if I can find it. Dude, I was scrolling for days. I was scrolling for a while. Oh, there was this guy. But what would this guy be? I think the problem with some of these monsters is they're too on the dot horror rather than friendslop horror. You know what I mean? They're too on the dot horror rather than friendslop horror. What the? Doing a pixel slash dither filter. We have a couple filter like stuff that's doing things like posterization and whatnot, but we are definitely gonna have to modify the textures. 100%. But we do want them to look pretty gnarly too. I think that's another thing. Low poly-esque and whatnot. I think the $6 werewolf, it fits pretty well already. We would have to modify the texture a lot though. I feel like we would have to modify the texture a lot. He doesn't really look like a werewolf. He looks more like an impling or something. The face looks more impling-like. But we definitely would have to modify the texture a shit ton, which makes me wonder, like, are we going to need fur? Because maybe fur is the missing piece for the werewolf. Right? And then this other asset has fur. What if you use it for the animation to use the better model? We could. We could. I think the other model has the one that we were looking at. Was it this one that we were looking at? I don't remember. Had animations as well. Everything will end up getting changed. If we can at least save a little bit of time by having something there, then I think we're good. I'm trying to look for the one model I was looking at that could work quite well for the splitter guy. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I feel like they look too... Like, obviously, once we modify their textures and stuff, I think they won't look as... It'll fit more within the realm of what we want. Which one fits your current art direction, if you have one, that is? Neither, technically. The stylized one looks too... stylized. Too World of Warcrafty. I think... And then the other one looks too high fidelity, and we kind of like need to reduce it and stuff. I am looking... Oh, there was this guy that I was looking at. The no AI button? I should have it turned on. By default. No? I hate this fucking platform. Yeah, I have that turned off. Show products created with AI turned off. It's so hidden. Yeah. No comment. We live in a very stupid day and age. Yeah, I feel like the splitter needs to be this tall guy. I saw this and I was like, oh dude, we need to make the chef be a pig. Needs to be a pig. I think that's gonna be the vibe for the chef. Pig with a cleaver. Yeah, I was basically just scrolling through this shit, trying to get some ideas or inspiration for what like the monsters could look like and whatnot. I feel like we don't want them to look too like generic horror. I feel like that doesn't really help too much. Did you see the AI Blueprint Codex plugin some dude made? I don't know what that is. No? Oh yeah, I saw this guy too. The scary mascot. Yeah, I think it really depends. Once we make the first monster, like proper monster model, then we can determine stuff. I think we're gonna want to retexture the Employee 233 We're definitely going to want to retexture him, I think. We'll probably want to retexture him. CG Trader has some stuff, has some good stuff. Less generic, I feel. Much more expensive, though. I don't know what it is about artists on CG Trader putting their shit up for like a gajillion dollars. Which is fine if it's good, but a lot of times you don't know, and then then you find out like 2 weeks later, oh hey, the creator has closed their account because they infringed on some copyright. That happened to me twice on CG Trader already. Love that. Hell yeah. Did you look at the repo monsters? Yeah, I have some references and inspiration and stuff. They definitely like, while there is a comedy there, there's also a comic undertone to it, which makes me wonder if having super serious horror monsters is a good idea. I don't think it is. I feel like there's got to be like a comic sense to it as well. What is this? What's this? What is it? The Ultimate Engine Copilot. Oh, all right, here we go. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, by all means, go for it. By all means, go for it. The first Men in Black has a lot of great monsters you could use as reference as well. What was in Men in Black? First Men in Black was the cockroach guy in First Men in Black. Yeah, it was, wasn't he? That was the main villain in the first movie, wasn't it? Now you can vibe code in Unreal, dude. Hell yeah! I can't wait. I can't wait. Pukes on self. Pukes on person next to me. Imagine something like the thing in game dev chasing you through a train cart. From Little Nightmares, yeah. Yeah, we got to figure out what the overall vibe is going to be for the monsters. Like, obviously, Employee 233 kind of has a bit of a horror vibe to him, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel... It's not there yet, and I think that's just because he doesn't have enough grime on him. And that just means we need to bring this guy into, like, an actual texturing software. I think that's the main problem with this guy. He seems goofy. He's got his intestines sticking out, his tongue is sticking out, it's got physics on it. Epic Games would be stupid not to do that as a company. I can't wait until we have like a big tech company that like goes against the grain and says, no, actually we're not going to do AI. I can't wait. Didn't Apple do that? But Apple did that because they failed. Someone said that Apple has not been partaking in the AI shittery. I hope they do that. Let's be real. Epic Games isn't going to not do that. Are the player models going to stay the way they are currently? I think they are mostly going to stay the way they are. Yeah, they have like a goofy, and they work very well within the world, which is like the idea that you're in a monster world, and The monster world, instead of you looking good, it's about how ugly you look and how terrifying you look becomes, like, you know? So it's like there's prejudice against the player employees because they're just not scary at all. So it's like everybody fucking hates them and are racist against them. You know, it just kind of adds a little bit of an interesting layer. Everybody hates them because they're not fucking scary looking in this monster society. Very, very Monsters Inc. pilled. I think that just makes it kind of goofy. They go for jobs like this because that's the only jobs that they can really do. Apple was lagging behind, so they said F that shit and rage quit. Yeah, I'm keeping the player character models. I'm not gonna make them like look realistic or anything. I think it adds to the world. Uh-oh. All right, adding a little bit of detail to this helps. I still do think it needs like a little something something on the panel. I hate like flat areas that are just metal. Like this trim or edge, not a fan. I might actually just make it not metal. Maybe I just make it a different material. The intercom system? Oh shit. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we gotta put a model for that in here somewhere. Muddy boot prints on the panel? That'd be good. Some little details like that could be great. Oh, we could also... I crashed the engine. We could also put some leaks and stuff on it too. Ooh. What metal type is that though? Test mat metal? Is it metal? Oh, it is. Which, to be honest, we should just use metal 2, which has it has the UV 0, which kind of gives it grime. I have no idea how we're going to do the grime for this. There's no like proper way of doing it. Like, I guess we could put it here. We have grime along the top here. Let's see if we can get that to work. So let's put test map material 2. And then let's re-import. And this should have just like edge grime on like the inside, I think. Yeah. Red lights when the power goes out in some areas? That could be cool. I think it'd be cool if certain cars were just red lights. Like they didn't have any, Oh, that's definitely not what I wanted. I think it'd be cool if it just had red lights. Like it's like in a certain mode. I feel like that'd be sick. A red light district car? Not what I had in mind, but... Um... Let's do this. Separate these pieces. Straighten it out. And then this piece we'll just leave in the middle. Although I wouldn't mind some, like, dirt along the edges here. I think what we'll do is do something like this, though. And then we can separate this piece. We're getting a little sloppy with the UVs. It's getting real sloppified. We're getting real sloppy with it. What the hell? AI couldn't slop like this? It wished it could. Also, I gotta figure out, like, what are the materials got affected here? Oh, the inside of this? Okay, I think this is good. Just needs to be scaled up. And then these parts, however horrific they look. Here, let's just, you know, fuck it, whatever. Let's just do this. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, man, whatever. Just whatever. Just put it in. Just make it look dirty and shit. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. That's the wrong way. Hey, wait, hold on. Hey, wait. That's the wrong ass way. This part, I'm not liking it. What if I just do something real crazy? What if I just do something real... Nah, that won't work. All right, this one we need to rescale it down because it's hitting both the parts that we don't want. Because the inside here is getting some stuff. What if I just, hold on, I have an idea. I have a crazy idea. Watch this. What if we just select this and then we make it so it doesn't have any, yeah, we're getting real sloppy with it. We're getting real sloppy with it. Oh, shit. Maybe a little too sloppy with it. Just a little break in the system. Nothing major. Let's just fix that one face. Just this. Which one is that? It's like a couple faces here. Just a couple faces. We're gonna bring that in. Bring that in. Bring that in. Bring that in. I don't know, go like right here. He's gonna come back to this UV one day and be like, what the fuck? Jarvis, turn my game into, sludge. Watch this, it's gonna look awesome. Yeah, whatever. All right. Looks good. We got some dirt around. Feeling good. Feeling great, actually. Feeling fantastic. This part, yeah, whatever. It's slop. Okay, we got a little bit of dirtiness on the metal here. You know, I ain't fucking with metal 2. How about metal dark 2? Metal dark 2 might be a bit too dark. Maybe I just hate this material. You know, yeah, maybe the problem is the metal. I just don't like metal in here. It just feels weird having metal encompassing this entire area. Wait, is that also being used on the... No. Oh, it is being used on the metal components. I'm gonna rename this to... I'm gonna make a new material. I hope that didn't override that metal material that I just made. And rename it. I think it did. Ha 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 ha! So we'll rename that to trim. This will stay as metal. And then trim will get its own thing. I think that'll look good. This will be metal. Okay, all is good. We figured it out. This horrendous mesh that needs like all of it to be separated into its own separate things, but I have not done that yet. And I don't know when I will. Optimization number 1. Maybe we should just separate the train. Maybe parts of the train should be separated. I'm going to make this the walls. Because I think that's just going to look better. Having all of this metal all over the place, I just don't think is it. So this one, metal 2, let's do metal dark 2. And then let's fix the material. I am not a fan. Let's put it like here. And then this needs its own UV. That's a shape key. I said UV. Jarvis, pull up the UV map. I don't think that's right. I think the thin edge should be at the top. And then this part, this we want to inset. So I don't know what kind of noise came out of me there. What the? Some people call Pragmata dad space. Hell yeah. It's exactly what it is. I never played it. I don't even know. How's my coffee this morning? Still shit, but not as shit. It was still shit, but not so shit. Dude, I don't think my grinder can make a fine enough grind to make this coffee work. Like, I think the roast is too light. Holy shit. We made that really sloppy looking. I'm all for it. That is the wrong way. I had a feeling something would go wrong. What about the outside? Yeah. I have a hand grinder that cost me 12 euros. What the heck are you using? It's just the roast is too light, man. It's just too light of a roast. I got like a I got a it's a what's it called? It's a Eureka Mignon Specialita. Eureka Mignon Specialita. Yeah, this one. I got this in red. I have to like put it close to 0 in the grind. Like that's how fine I gotta go. It's like 400 euros. It, you know, it's, you know, it costs. I like coffee. I fuck with coffee. Do you fuck with coffee? No, you really don't need that. Like, I just wanted to upgrade my grinder. I had before that I had a I had one for drip coffee, but I needed something for espresso. I had a I had prior to this, I had, once I see the fucking name, I'm gonna know exactly which one it is. Oh, here it is. The Baratza. I had a Baratza Encore. But that was just for my that was for my AeroPress. So here I am, perfectly okay with my cheap instant. Dude, to each their own, I say. To each their own. To each their own, right? That's what I say. All right, adding a little bit of grime to the floors, I think made it a little bit more approachable. I didn't like all of it being metal. It looked like ass. Now this just, only this being metal, I think looks a lot nicer. Now, someone shit all over my machinery, but, you know, that's okay. We can get past that. Whatever. I buy good beans and grind well. It makes a huge difference. If there's one thing you can invest in when it comes to coffee, it's the grinder, for sure. I think it's just, I usually drink like a light to medium roast. So I got the, like, okay. I know the numbers might not make sense to you guys, but the roast was usually around a 2. This roast with these new beans, they're so light that I have the dial so close to 0. Which is like, I think the burrs are like nearly touching each other. All right. I think the flooring could be a darker material. Right now, it's just the wall material. Let's see if we can maybe make a separate material for it. And what we could do, I was thinking of for the trim, is we just duplicate the walls. Then make a separate material for it. Train trim. And then we could just make this a darker material, which I think I should be able to do. Base color. Does the dirt not have an actual texture? It seems like it does, but it's coloring everything. Huh? What? Concrete poured diffuse. Please hold. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck my shit is doing. Grunge molt? Oh, that's for the edge grunge, which we could probably reduce a little bit. No, actually increase it. Bro, what is this texture doing? I don't know what it's doing. It's not doing anything. What? I'm like selecting random ass textures now that I don't even know what they're doing. Oh, you're doing something. Oh, hey. Hey, cool. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Please save. Please save. Please save. Please save six. Oh, thank you. By the way, I finally found a good Substance Painter tutorial that I can actually recommend to people. It was awesome. You can give this to people who don't understand what black and white masks are. Actually, that's a perfect thing that I could give to someone, actually. I need to... Wait, I saw that art on ArtStation. Is this the creator that made that, the beginning art? It is. Oh, shit. Okay. I will... Let me send it. Am I editing from Blender directly to Unreal? No, it's just I'm just quickly importing. Quickly importing. Dude, why can't I scroll up? I hate... My Twitch chat is like... On my OBS is like the most broken dog shit ever in existence. Oh, there we go. Now it works. Turns out people don't like coffee, they like sugar. No, 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 no. Most people drink shitty coffee, which is why they substitute milk and sugar as a way to mask the shitty coffee. But once they start drinking actual good coffee, their life will change before their eyes. Yeah, most people drink shitty dark coffee that like doesn't taste very good. And that's why they don't like it. That's not right. For the trim. Guys, something is not right with our trim. Guys, I don't know if I like that very much. Sure, let's do that. My problem right now is the dirt is like not correct. Whatever, just do this. And then I don't know why there's so much like weird color in here. It's like super not the color I want to go for. Actually, maybe we do want to give it a slightly brighter color. Screw it. Let's go with it. Yeah, sure. We'll stick with that as the trim. It's still kind of red. Got a red color to it. Whatever. I run on depression. May I recommend coffee instead? May I recommend running on coffee instead? Coffee's great. I love coffee. All right, nice. Adding a little bit of dirt, I think, is good to this piece. Makes it look a little dirtier. You know what I mean? Therapist, Mr. Krim. I recommend coffee. More coffee. A lot more coffee. 4 cups of coffee. Just be careful with the caffeine. Just lots of coffee. Drink decaf. Man, I recommend coffee. Tea? No, no, no. Coffee. Coffee. Drinking coffee keeps me awake at night, but not drinking keeps me up at night. I think you have a different problem. It's called sleep apnea. You should get that checked out. I don't think it's the coffee. I think it's something else. It's something else. I don't know what it is, but it's something else. I think I'm actually immune to coffee. Has no effect whatsoever. You might have ADHD. Possibly. Not a doctor. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna add a random little detail in here. You guys ready for what I'm? You guys ready for what I'm about to put in the game? Y'all ready for what I'm about to put in the game? I gotta find this. Find a sound effect for this though. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, I'm looking. Hold on. Left click single. Wait, I need a press though. I think I'm realizing I need a press, not a. Okay, throw that into Audacity. We're picking up what you're putting down? Okay, good, good. Hold on, I gotta actually do that first. Export selected audio. Click. No, it's technically press. Whatever, it's fine. And then export selected. Computer, mouse, click, release. Yes! It's time to add in this useless detail that I've been looking at while yes. That's it. That's the one. Okay, put that there, bring this here, go over here, go to sounds, bring the sound effects in, go over here, do that. Go here, create a cue. Okay, move that into audio, move that there, then go here, create a cue, bada bing, and then put the thing in the thing, open that, and then open that, and then put a modulator. Ambiance and Zen attenuation, voice, I guess. World of Warcraft used to use more than 70% of my GPU, leaving me with just a measly 230 FPS at 4K. Hey, I have an idea. Play a different game. On-clicked, on-released. I don't actually know if this is... I heavily doubt this actually works. Let me see. What does this say? Electrical turn on rot? Let me see if it actually works. Guys, it works. Wow. Interesting. Probably not going to work on controller though. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, the clicks don't actually work. The problem is, I need to spawn sounds in 3D space. Okay, and then in the widget here, boot up sequence. On mouse button down, on mouse button up. When do you think the game will be ready for some playtesting? I don't know. Hopefully in a month. Hopefully less than a month. Hopefully in a month, and then less than a month, we have the Steam page public. Maybe with a trailer. Could be a little. Could be asking for a lot. Could be asking for a lot. Can I bind events to this? Can you not bind to mouse button down? Hold on. What is it actually called? On mouse button down. Yeah. Trailer for Train Fest. I guess we don't need a demo for Train Fest. We could at least have the the trailer for train. I can't speak anymore. I can't speak. Looking at starting my own indie project. What's the team size that you're working with? I guess technically 2 at the moment, with some contractors helping with some design stuff. At the momento, design stuff and music. My one of my siblings is working on the music, and it's sounding pretty good. I don't know if I can show the progress stuff. I don't know if she is approved that yet. There's more of you? Mods. Twist that man into one of them hot dogs where they like cut it and turn it into like a stringy thing so that they can stick a stick through it and then, like, I don't know, sell it for like $8 on the street. Yeah, turn them into that. Turn them into that thing, that like street food that, or like they take a regular ass hot dog and then like turn it into like a, and then they extend it and then they maybe fry it. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking? I'm getting hungry. I'm getting real hungry, actually. Insanely hungry. Mods. It's like the fucking seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mods. So this is click, which is, by the way, not supposed to be click. It's supposed to be press. Click means you are doing both the action of press and release. Now you know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. It doesn't even make any sense because there's not a mouse. There's a keyboard clitoris, but it just sounds so good. Where is the mouse? You'll never know. But it sounds good. I think that was worth the time, putting that in. What do you guys think? Maybe not as loud. Maybe it's a little too loud. It even sounds like my own mouse. There's something magical about playing on your computer, playing in a computer in a game, and then hearing the keyboard sounds and stuff, but hearing the actual keystroke to the key that you're pressing. Or like, you know what I mean? Isn't there something so satisfying about that? We got to make that replicated. Like, let's be real. Like, the sound, the mouse click has to be replicated. Like, you should be able to hear your friend interacting with the computer. I feel like we gotta. That was a good 10 minutes worth time. Now make a monster that hates the clicking noise. I use a controller. The controller monster. Superfire supports control, right? Did you implement the raw input, or did you rely on input X and Steam input? I put in the work to get it working, but I'm not necessarily relying on input X or Steam input. Now, I think it's just Xbox controller. I think for PlayStation, you have to use Steam input or like a thing for it, I believe. But it's just a basic case of just translating the Xbox controller to the PlayStation one. Oh, hey. We do have to make jumping have some sort of like shake. I'm hearing doors opening. It's either rats or a monster. Uh-oh. It's gonna be so cool when you like see a monster and then a vignette starts and then like the camera zooms in a little bit. It's like oh shit. It's like a kind of fear factor kind of thing. I don't know what we're gonna call that internally, but one problem right now is the monsters do not roam very far. We're gonna have to change their roaming system. For now, it's fine. The oh shit effect. Yes, the oh shit effect. The infamous oh shit effect. That's cool. By the way, this game has 0 controller support. I don't even have my controller plugged in. I have not had it plugged in for a while. So there is a bit of work to do there. Boop. Goodbye. There was something else that fell out. Oh, I guess it was just the sponge. Did I leave that door open? I was hearing music, like creepy music. And then I heard it was just the music. There was like a weird undertone. I was like, holy shit, I don't remember adding that in the game. Wait, why didn't this complete? Now it completed. Okay, we gotta change that because it's like... It's too finicky. See, there it worked just fine. I think the little things that'll make this game stand out too are certain things like when you hit like your head into a pipe, it's gonna make you knock out, and then it's gonna play a really loud noise. Like it's gonna make you. I think little things like that are gonna do. I think little things like that are gonna make the game stand out when we get that in. Excuse me, do you mind? Yeah, I don't even think the monsters have roamed here. They're just stuck in the library. They're like perma-stuck in the library and stuff. See, there they are. One of them apparently can see me through the walls. That's cheating. The sight system, the collision, something's wrong with the collision. Why are all the materials recompiling? Guys? What? And now it's fine? What? Wait. Make sure the player cusses when they bang their head. I'll leave that to player expression. I feel like I don't want to do too much like grunting sounds or anything like that because I feel like that should be up to the player to make things like that. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't want to intervene too much as a developer in how players express themselves. I just want to provide them tools to express themselves. Like, I guess, like little hand signal motions and stuff. Come on, man. Hold on. Second time's a charm. Oh. Hey, Ogier, how long have I been working on it? The game? I think like 4 months now. I think 4 to 5 months. 4 to 5 months or so. Okay. Adding in the most randomness little details. It's just because yesterday was such a horrible day that I kind of want to just do some other stuff. Can you sell the basketball or buy it? You cannot sell the basketball. We do have to do some changes there because if you take the basketball and put it on the train, because it's an item that is spawned in the level, once that station level unloads, it also unloads the basketball. So we do have to spawn the basketball in a different way that doesn't happen. So that is something I need to do. Ropes that you can climb to hide from the ghost, but uses stamina over time and you slide down when you run out. That could be kind of fun. We have ladders, but I do have to make some adjustments to the ladders a little bit. Yeah. What can you buy so far? Basically any item in the game. It'll just randomly spawn all of them. Like the most important ones are, or the most useful ones are probably the bandages, plunger, fire extinguisher, the sponge, I guess the flashlight. But we have to put a lot more items in the game. We have to put a lot more items. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this list, I think off stream, the trailer and Steam page requirements. Because then this will determine what kind of tasks we might want to do. Of course, we still have some stuff that we have to do for the proof of concept. We got 4 more train carriages that we have to make, or train cars. We got to do the entire quota system. We got 1 more maintenance task that we have to make. And we have to start scattering them around the game. A few more items that we have to put in, but we're getting there. Yeah. A vape and a cigarette? No, we don't have vapes or cigarettes in the game. We have, okay, I want to do stuff like that, Reach. We have it so you can stick it to a player, but it's very buggy at the moment. Like, you can stick the plunger to surfaces and stuff, but it is very, very buggy at the moment. Very, very buggy. Let's see if I can find one. No plunger in here. We got a plunger right here. So you can stick it to like walls and surfaces, but once you try to stick it onto a moving character, it's a bit buggy. You can see there it's stuck to the wall. Makes a little noise. You can, I think you can stick it to items too. I want to say yes. But you know, this happens, right? Things like that happen. And then, like, things like this happen. So I gotta fix this, too. So, don't know what's, yeah, that's on the back burner. We gotta figure that out. I don't know what that is. Or what that's doing. Oh, it looks like the werewolf spawned in a spot that is inaccessible. Oh, look, they jumped down. Don't leap. Dodge. Still got hit. I want to make these metal containers, I want to make the doors closable. I feel like it's really lame, them being static. In a game that's about like physics and doors and stuff. Hey! The werewolf is kind of an asshole. He's kind of an asshole. He's a bit too tough. Especially with our current AI system right now. No, I think he'll kill you. It's just, we need to change the AI system where they can, like, lose sight of you and stuff like that. Right now, it's kind of just like, you're dead. Because they'll know where you are for 8 seconds, even when they lose sight of you. So they need, like, a different breadcrumb system and stuff like that. We'll have to do that. Also, their sight system goes through certain objects. Like the door. So we do need to change that up and fix that a little bit. I think as we work on it more, it'll just seem a little bit more fair. Let me in. Also, this bug here, you like can't get in this specific. You like can't get in here for some reason. Oh, there we go. See, now you can. Do my eyes stick out when? Oh, that's funny. Hey, Mohammed, how's it going? Looking quite polished. Haven't joined stream in a bit. It's getting there. It's getting there. Uh-oh. Did we do a distance-based? I think we did do a distance-based system for their aggro as well. Smell triggers? Well, we would need a variable for players that would determine how much they smell and what would cause them to smell more. If it's like them sweating over a period of time and then they have to take showers or something, like that could always be like a... I thought about the game, like, okay, what if we add an extra layer? Like, what if we do make it like a survival game and you have your own personal tasks that you have to do? Like, clean yourself, go to the toilet, ow! Stuff like that. Ow! But I don't know if that's necessary. Let me up. I'm gonna die if I don't. Is it because of the badge? No, the badge has no collision. It happened before the badge. I don't know what it is. Some hurt feedback? Yeah, we do. We do. True. More than just the dev going, ow! Every time players play the game, I'll be in a Discord call with them, and then the instant they get attacked, I'll be like, ow! That's the feedback. Didn't have time to add actual feedback, so instead we have personalized feedback. Your poop meter maxes out. We could see, if we feel like the game needs a bit more depth, that could always be an element. Is like, as a player, you have certain little things that you need to complete to sustain your character. And stuff like that. Like, that could always be an interesting mechanic, maybe. A different direction for the game, for sure. Player just craps on the floor, yeah. And if you crap on the floor, your smell, like, skyrockets. Because you didn't do it in the toilet. Yeah, your smell just skyrockets. Even as a viewer, the cabinets and doors are very satisfying to watch. One big problem right now are certain actions, like breaking the luggage. is a bit nauseous for some people. I'm curious, like one thing we will have to figure out is some nausea stuff, like, because it can be a bit nauseating for some. So it will be an interesting challenge to still make actions fun, but also not... We got a lot of sponges here. Not cause people to get sick. But yeah, having little management stuff could be a very fun mechanic. And if anything, could always be an added difficulty setting thing. Because that will be a thing where we have like different difficulties. As you complete the game, you unlock new difficulties that like add another layer to the game. I don't know, we'll see. And the fun thing is, we could make it so all of that stuff is already in the game. Showers and all that stuff. It's just now you're actually using that yourself. Like the toilets, the showers, that could be in the apartments. Eating food would be a thing that's already in the game because there's already food. It's just now it actually becomes a necessity. I don't know. I feel like that could be interesting. We'll see. Obviously that adds scope. Of course that adds scope. Sleeping could be a mechanic. You gotta like sleep in a bed for 10 seconds. It could be interesting. It would definitely add another layer to the game design, which might be needed because, you know, obviously things are still missing, but added scope in a crim game? Never. Yeah. It could always be interesting, adding like a Sims element to it. I do think the only way that would work very well, I guess, is if the train route takes longer to do, or it's like over a period of your shift, you have certain necessities that need to be fulfilled. That could always be another factor. Alright, what's this emote? Is this the stonk emote? Stonks? Don't we have stonks? I swear we have a stonk emote. And it's the stonks guy. I swear we have a stonks emote. Let's see, hold on. We got flashbang. We got forcing. We don't have a stonks emote. Well, that sucks. Lots of little details would be cool if you go that route. Yeah, because then like all these little things that you have in the game actually start being used by the player. Now that being said, the toilet is technically used by the player, but it's a maintenance task to unclog the toilet. Right? Maybe get text telling you why you died. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what we end up doing. I don't want to overfill the UI either. Like, I think it would just be like little UI elements that appear when needed. It's like, oh, hey, you're getting tired. I feel hungry. It could be like little like, I think Daisy does the same thing. Like little text that like tells you things that you feel internally. I feel very hungry. I'm starving. You know, shit like that. Could be like somewhere on the screen. Oh no, this toilet doesn't have a plunger. How is there no loot on this train? Oh, there's one. There's bandages. Yeah, it's gonna be cool when we put bolt cutters in the game, because then we can make it so you can cut open some of these containers, and then that could be pretty cool. It adds an additional layer of items. Sims Moodles or Project Zomboid Moodles. I don't know what Moodles are, but I'm I'm gonna assume it's the idea of like how you have like moods and stuff. What's this emote? What is this? Entire B movie. No, we're not putting the entire B movie in the game. Entire Garfield movie. Okay, maybe I would I would feel more inclined for the entire Garfield movie. Oh my god. Yeah, if we feel like we need an additional layer of mechanics that players need to do, we could always add the need to maintain you know, maintain all of the stuffs. Maintain your character. Moodles? I don't know what Moodles are. Moodles. Like, are those like the bars where it's like you gotta keep up their fun and stuff? Your mood is represented by like a little emoji. I don't know if I do that. Can you implement those plastic noodles to box your friends? Are you talking about the... You talking about the little things that you have at like pools? Pool noodles? Moodles are hidden stats. Instead of HP 0 to 100, you do hurt, in pain, broken bones. Interesting. So if we do that, if we do the whole thing where you gotta like sleep, hunger, stuff like that, we could say it's a survival horror. We could market the game as a survival horror game, not just a horror game. But I don't know if we like... We'll see. We'll see if that's even like needed at all once we start playtesting. I feel like it would be interesting. Maintaining the train, but also maintaining yourself a little bit. I don't know. Let me take a break. I'll be right back. I'm gonna just stretch a little bit and stuff. Hello. You maybe have to have savable progress. Well, either way, we're gonna need savable progress anyways. They would just be more variables to save. Which is obviously annoying, but you know, no big deal. Where's the opening on this thing? Yeah, we would just have to save, like, it could probably just be a struct. And then we keep track of that struct. What the hell? Her! Man, I just want a snack. And I can't even open this fucking bag. Mother... Ugh. I got it. I'm in. God, I hate that sound. Oh my god. Why was that so hard to do? Okay. What you snacking on? It's called Welsh fruit snack. I don't really have too many other snacks at the moment. You know what we can do? We can do the little microphone intercom model. Okay, but the problem is how do we do the intercom? How do we get the VoIP to play in the train? How do we even do that? Because the VoIP system that we currently use is quite limited. Do we put a second VoIP system on top? Where we like record the thing and then play it? Alternatively, we can change the VoIP setting to use a different attenuation. The attenuation could be different. But then we'd have to modify the attenuation. Yeah, this is going to be a complicated thing to do. Additionally, what if there's two players on the microphone? Do we just make it so it's one player? I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how we could do This is something I was thinking about. The full train notification. Well, if the players don't have any walkie-talkies, the idea is to kind of like do a fun little way for players to interact to the train by saying things. But I have no idea. I have no idea how we could properly do that. Another thing to consider is how do we make it so the players that are dead can talk to each other, but they can't talk to the players that are alive. One hacky way that I'm thinking of is we secretly put their pawn like under the world or something, in like a very far away from the train. So wherever they go, they still have their pawn in that one spot, and that becomes their listener or whatever. That could be one way of doing that. How would we do an intercom? I don't even know how we would do an intercom. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be a fun little addition. Is it necessary right now? No, but you know, it's interesting to think about. Like we have this system, but the VoIP system uses a whole different button. It uses a whole different system. I wonder if maybe we use that one for the... We have this audio capture. We have this audio capture system. Maybe we use this for the intercom. It's a completely different component. What kind of functions are in this? Could I make it capture any audio? And would that work? That could be interesting, because then multiple people can talk into the microphone at once. Variables, utilities. What kind of functions does this have? Where even is it in synth? No. Which category is this even in? Hold on. I'm looking. BPI audio. Nope, that's not it. This has to be an audio. Can't I just search up capture audio? How does the audio capture even work? Like, where is all of the settings for this? I have a feeling this is heavily C++ oriented. The audio capture. Let me see if we can search it up. UE5 audio capture. Although I have a feeling this audio capture is only for microphones, which is not very helpful for us at all. sound submix audio capture start. So there's a function called start, which is, so this is a synth component. Starts the synth generating audio. I don't know if that's it. Audio capture component. Audio capture. Let's see if we can find. Let's see here. Audio capture. Okay, it's part of a U plugin. Am I in the U plugin though? I think I am. I think I am using the audio. I think I am using this one. Let's see, device info. Yeah, my only thing right now, I don't really care about playing it over an intercom specifically or actual specific locations. I think that might get a little complicated. My main concern is how do we capture the audio and then replay it across the train? That is problem number one. Problem number one. If we can get past that, then no problem. We can figure out the rest. Big problem right now is just how do we capture the audio? We have a start capturing audio, but it's blueprint callable. So either I'm using the wrong audio capture. I wish I could see where this actually is. Yeah, it's the right one. I believe. Kind of. This is a part of audio capture. This is audio capture component. Which is right here. Audio capture. Start capturing audio is blueprint callable. Start capturing audio. This is for an audio capture object reference. What the hell? Oh, you got to create an audio capture. Wait, what? So we have to create the audio capture and then start capturing audio. That will create the object. Open the default audio stream. My question is if this is for one specific player or if I could just put this in the world. That would be interesting. If we could just put it in the world, then yeah. Do I use the advanced sessions plugin? I use what am I thinking of? Hold on. Steam Core. Yeah, and ideally we would want to do it during. We want to transmit it during the capture, but that's how it works. It's you capture it and then you immediately transmit it. It wouldn't be like a case of you capture the audio and then play it once it's done or whatever. Then play the audio. Yeah, we might have to do this through C++. Generally, the audio capture component is easier to use in Blueprint. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this only records microphone input, though. The audio capture only captures microphone. I don't think there'd be a way to capture everything. That'd be really funny. Can you just imagine someone plays in the intercom and all of a sudden you just hear an explosion in the background? Hey, we really need help with the and then it fucking cuts off. I don't know how. I just don't know how we could do that. I don't know how we could. I don't know how we could do that. It would have to be like a recording device that is not only restricted to microphone, but is actually like listening to every sound input. And I have no idea how we could do that. Let's try something. Test intercom. See, it does if new audio capture. Open default audio stream. Oh, right. I don't have a way to like stop it. Okay, let's just do this. We'll do a delay of 3 seconds. Stop capturing audio, but then how do we play it back? How do we play it back in Blueprint? I don't think we can play this shit back in Blueprint. I had a page open that I was literally reading. Create a submix that audio data will be sent to and assign the submix to your capture component. See, we don't have the start function. we don't have the actually no, we do. It's through the synth, I guess. We have a start voice recording. I don't God, it would be so funny if other sounds were also associated, but I don't know if we could do that. I don't know if we can like do start like do an actual just actual recording. We can start recording output. If we record it on the server and then replicate it, I record in-game audio listened at the specific location. Good use case for accessing and recording for the master submix and utilizing an audio capture component. It will only record what you heard all together, however. So if you wanted to run filters or add such subtract layers on it, you'd have to get creative with a custom submix. This game just records whatever comes through your master audio, so it can be somewhat limited. Oh, but this like directly saves a file. Which I guess is kind of how VoIP works at the end of the day, right? I want to see what the start capturing audio, stop capturing. I don't think this probably is very limited. In that tutorial, we see specifically them using audio capture, which is using the synth component. So let's do capture. So we can start. No, I'm not using EOS subsystem. I'm using Steam Core, which uses like an internal voice thing from what I remember seeing. Oh, so here you see start recording output. Expected duration 5 seconds. Let's do 5 seconds. Submix to record. We'll just do this. We'll do a delay of 5 seconds, and then we'll stop. And then here, what they're using is finish recording output. Sound wave. Exports a sound wave, exports a wave file. Name, temp, audio, I don't know. Path, what would the path be? Is the path an internal project? Temp sound recording? Existing sound wave to override. Oh, wait a second. And then this outputs the sound wave. Let's make the volume 0.1. Maybe 0.4 for safety reasons. Yeah. Drain them through a socket plugin? Yeah, listen. That's outside of my realm of expertise. So here they register the sound submix and then they start recording. which is what we're using here. Submix output volume. Mixer device again, stop recording submix channel sample rate. Interesting, it has a sample rate. Here, I don't think we have any sample rate here. Audio mixer blueprint library, which I'm pretty sure is what that tutorial is doing as well. Mixer device. A little different. This plays it as a sound wave asset. So this is like you are recording the sound and then it plays it at the end. Which kind of sucks. So it's not like playing in runtime. Blah, blah, blah. What are they doing here? Doing the same thing. Start capturing audio. Same thing. Yeah. Stop capturing and then play. The screen is white, and I feel like the text is embedding into my eyeballs. It's like... See, for example, it's easy to open a capture stream and access the audio data while it's being captured. The generator delegate function can be used to add as many callbacks as needed for incoming audio data. Audio catcher open capture stream function can be called in a subclass to add configuration option to stream. Yep, we'll have to do that in C++. But I'm curious how this works, if at all. For your guys' ears and safety, I will be muting this on your guys' end. Just to make sure that this is correct. Okay? Hold on. Let me mute Unreal Engine. Hello? Testing? Hello? Test 1, 2? Testing? Test, test, test. Test. Wait, wait. It even played the opening sound of the computer. It even played... Wait, listen to this. Hello? Can you hear me? Testing? Test? Hello? Can you hear me? Testing? Test? Now, there's a playback that's occurring when we start the recording, interestingly enough. Hey. Hey. Hello. Hey. Hey. Hello. I don't know if we can play the sound wave while it's ongoing. Like that one thing said. We'd probably have to do it through C++, I think. Unless we can play this while it's playing. Like... Let's bring the werewolf here and see if it picks up his sounds. I'm pretty sure it does. Here, let's do this. We'll do this as a test. Get over here. All right. Watch this. Hello. Testing. Hello. Testing. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, if we can get that working, that'd be so funny. Oh, God. What is this? Yeah, I have this in. The only problem is it's only for voice chat. And I use this for the voice chat. Now, we could always make it so the intercom is delayed, which it probably will be anyways. But I don't know if it'd be a full-ass recording. I think we would have to run this through C++. I think we'd have to run this through C++. Also, considering this is probably an old post. It's from 3 years ago. So there's probably a lot of stuff we can change up here. And we would probably bit crush this a shit ton. Like the sample rate would be much lower, so it shouldn't be as heavy to do this whole thing. And I think what we'll do is it'll be a limited amount of time that you could do recording, and there'll be a cooldown. So you have to be like kind of thoughtful about when you want to use the intercom, right? So then that way we're not like spamming it. So that'll be the idea there. Access once recording has ended. Soundwave asset or a WAV file. So if it's saving as a WAV file, is this saving in my project somewhere? Temp sound recording. Hello. Testing. Okay. That's funny. Shit. That's really funny. What the? Okay. Interesting. So we, this current workflow would be very interesting because this sound wave file would have to be replicated over the network. Would it not? Technically, audio capture can also record microphone input using blueprints, but the audio data can't be retrieved using the existing nodes. Well, since the component's audio buffer is not exposed to the blueprints, right, and we need to access the buffer to play it while it's capturing. Okay, this will have to be a C++ thing, but now that we know we have a direction that we can take it, we can make a section here in the panel for the intercom. And I'm thinking on the side here next to the computer would be great. Because imagine some dumbass right next to you is like, you can hear that into the microphone. Just the little mouse sounds. Which I don't know if the replication distance might not allow that to go through. I don't know. I'm curious to see how much can go through. Because let's say you are on the very back of the train and you're outside of the replication distance of certain things, would you still be able to hear stuff because it's just going through like an audio buffer? I guess so. I guess it's the server that's basically capturing all of that. So that would be, that'll be interesting. Add speakers to each car that relays the message. I would love to make it so it's like you actually have the messages coming out from intercoms. That way there's like a little bit of attenuation and stuff. I think for now we'll just make it a 2D sound for now, for simplicity's sake. And then in the future, I think it'd be really cool for sure. Have it so it's like an actual physical spot on all of the cars. The delay is huge. I'm not too worried about the delay, but yeah, we'll have to definitely use the buffer. You know, Phoenix? Gotta be so funny if you could hear the explosion of the thing go off. I think I deleted the I think I deleted the actor, so I can't even test it. Never mind. Uh-oh. How to go with the enlargement of the pipe? The pipe enlarges. It works. I don't know. Did I make a tweet about that feature? I think I did make a tweet of that feature. I can maybe find the video for it. The employee. Uh-oh. All right. I'm gonna go figure out, I need to figure out food, what I'm gonna eat. Probably gonna reheat some food. So, uh-oh. Cause I'm hungry. Where's the werewolf? Did I pass by him? Hold on, I gotta check something. NPC, werewolf, play temp footstep sounds. There we go. He wasn't playing footstep sounds. Now he is. All right. Okay, cool. Socket Helper is a plugin I use to send data per TCP/UDP. Maybe you could use this to send your data, audio data. Potentially. I do think this has some indicators of directions that I can go with. I just have to do it through C++. But I also want to see if I can maybe find a more up-to-date thing that I can figure out with the audio capture. See if maybe UE5 has some new stuff for our audio capture. But I think that's a really fun, goofy idea. And adds another device at the front of the train, which I'll probably put like on the side here or something. Yeah, what's this? Socket helper in Chinese. $13? I can't even read what's going on. How do you even... This is getting into a realm where I don't even know... This is getting into multiplayer realm where you're like sending packets and stuff, and I like don't even know how to like... I don't even know how audio is even recorded. It's just... I might be going into... might be going into some crazy territory, but I'll keep that open. So maybe I can use that later. I want to see if there's any internal system stuff with the audio capture stuff, though. I just have to see what's up to date. Because that one post we saw was 3 years ago, so that doesn't really help too much. Anyways. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna relax a little bit. I'll see you guys on Monday. What a day. What a day. What a week. What a day. What a week and a day. Week and day. Yeah. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. And I'll see you guys probably on Monday. I think I'm pretty busy this weekend, so. Yep. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.